Alright, so we're back with another decode today, and this one's going to be on the statue of Lucifer, aka the Statue of Liberty, and its designer, Frédéric August Bartholdi. I don't know how to pronounce that, but and also some in-depth info on the Masons slash Jesuits, as more so on Masonry, but as the Jesuits control Freemasonry, modern day Freemasonry. I saw this YouTube channel that I kind of got into a little bit recently. Watched some videos on him. His channel's called Morgue. I think Morgue Official or something like that. Morgue, and he made a video on the Statue of Liberty being Lucifer, and it makes sense. And I decoded it, and of course it is, because when you know that the designer is a Freemason, this Frederick guy, a Freemason. I mean, of course, because the Masons, the high degree Masons, the ones that know the truth about Freemasonry, is that it's based on Luciferian principles. So yeah, and so we got a lot to get into. Make sure, to like and share this. This is going to be a good one. Follow the blog, because, I always update the posts with more. There's always more information, you guys. So I'm always updating other posts. So whoever reads it, there's just like the maximum knowledge that I know is on these posts. And, yeah, so I'm sure I'll find, I'm positive I'll find more info to add after I record this video. So, I would definitely follow the blog, plus, reading the blog posts. It's faster than watching this whole video. So, that's what I would do if I were you guys. But, yeah, so, yeah, let's just get into it. So, the guy, like I said, who designed the Statue of Liberty, a Freemason, and Freemasons, the true Freemasons are Luciferians, as they believe Lucifer is the true God, who Lucifer gave knowledge to humanity when the evil creator in the Bible. And it does sound like the creator in the Bible, especially the Old Testament, is an evil god. So I gotta agree with them on some of this. I don't know, well, on a lot of this stuff. Lucifer gave knowledge to humanity when the evil god or creator didn't want humans to be knowledgeable, didn't want them to know good or evil. And so, keep them enslaved. Be above them, right? Just an egotistical thing. That doesn't sound like a god. But anyways, this is why the Statue of Liberty has a torch. She holds her torch, and the I think it's called the Helios crown, which we'll get to, connecting Helios. But in the you could say they're sun rays, and but the torch, a flame, light, sun rays, sun, light, connecting to, symbolizing enlightenment. Simple. And like I said, Helios's crown is what it resembles, or is there for. And Helios, the sun god, the Greek sun god, and why Lucifer is known as the light bearer / light bringer, and the morning star or day star in the Bible, and more so focused on in Freemasonry. And Jesus is known, has all these labels as well that I just named with Lucifer. That's because Jesus and Lucifer are the same. They're both embodiments of the sun, light, enlightenment, whatever you want to say. They're both the same. Just different sides of the same coin. Hence the Masonic motto, as above, so below. Because, I talked about this in one of my last videos. Jesus, the more known, popular guy, right? Embodiment of the sun. Lucifer, the more occult or hidden side, or deity embodiment of the sun, right? So, Jesus light, Lucifer dark. You see where I'm going with that. So, and these, of course, Masons, quote unquote secret society, they keep their knowledge, they try to keep their knowledge in the dark, otherwise, but I'm exposing it. So, yeah, but they're a secret society, secrecy, the below, and then above, like known, something that's popular, widespread. You see where I'm going with all that. So this is why like I said, a Freemason designed the Statue of Liberty as these symbols that I described, and on the Statue of Liberty, and just symbolism. Period. Really comes from occult meanings, hidden meanings that these secret societies hold. Generally Freemasonry, and like how the knowledge of Freemasonry is hidden, or at least they try to keep it hidden, like I said. And high-ranking Masons are Luciferians because to them, Lucifer represents the true God, the truth, specifically the hidden truth, which I guess is why they feel like they need to play this part, this hidden duality, and keep their knowledge concealed. That's what I'm speculating there, is why, because it's like, well, the god you guys look up to, Lucifer, according to you guys, and this just doesn't make sense to me, wanted humanity to be knowledgeable, but you guys are concealing your knowledge. Like, so to me, this just proves, we know this, Freemasonry, they say this stuff, and so this is what they tell themselves, I guess, to feel better, to go to sleep at night, because these people are in high-ranking positions, and they're really actually more, some greedy people, like politicians, businessmen, athletes, people maneuvering in their society to get to high places. Therefore, the Statue of Liberty represents the hidden knowledge / hidden forces that operate in secrecy to build and control the world, specifically America here, with Scottish Rite Freemasonry predominantly in America, at least to my knowledge. And so throughout this occult practice, through this occult practice, which is gematria, they encode their rituals, they leave behind their breadcrumbs, their trail, and whatever you want to call it. And this is just another example. So keep in mind, occult, English, gematria, Masonic, Jesus, and Lucifer all equal 74. High-ranking Freemasons are Luciferians. Lucifer rebelled against the evil god. Evil god, a phrase equating to 74. U.S. was from the start very influenced by Masons. Look at the architecture, Washington, D.C., the Capitol. Just, look around. We're in Rome, New Rome, and, our Independence Day falls on 7/4, July 4th, and, not to mention Caesar. I believe Caesar was born in July, and, and Julius Caesar, Ides of March, connecting Rome, and, I should go back and add this in there, but Julius Caesar died on the 74th day of the year in what? That's non-leap years, though. Yeah, that's non-leap years. But yeah, you see how all this time goes back to Rome. And the phrase Independence Day 74. It's all too synced up, all too wild. And anyways, with the numerical, I just set all of that up to give significance to the fact that the Statue of Liberty was fully reassembled in the US because, it came from France. They built it over there, transported part by part or parts by part to the US and reassembled it. And the day that it was fully done being reassembled was, you can look it up, it was October 28th, and this was 74 days after the Society of Jesus' birthday, because again, Jesuits control Freemasonry. And Luciferian, because I guarantee, and I couldn't find anywhere that it said that this guy, the designer for the Statue of Liberty, Frédéric, was a 33rd degree, because it's 33rd degree. They really are, they're the more Luciferian, they're like for sure Luciferians. I don't know for sure any other degree, but 33, the top one, they're for sure Luciferians, but I couldn't find it saying that he was. But, if he did something as big as this, you can only assume, probably. So, but Luciferian equals 373 in Jewish gematria. 373, the 74th prime number. Lucifer, known as bearer of light. And that phrase equals 373 again. 74th prime number. And, ritual synced up. How is connecting Roman, the Jesuits, Society of Jesus out of, Catholic Church out of Rome. You see all that. You get all that. Roman equals 74. And modern day Freemasonry was established a span of 7 weeks and 4 days, like 74, before the Society of Jesus' birthday. And modern Freemasonry established on June 24th. When you write out June 24th, spell it out, you find that it equals 74, I believe, in the most pure cipher. Let's see, am I right? Yes. And the Statue of Liberty is in the New York Harbor. New York Harbor, 74. Frédéric, that's what I'm going to call him so I don't sound like an idiot trying to pronounce his full name, but Frédéric, a French sculptor, designed the Statue of Liberty. French sculptor, 74. And many historians say that the Statue of Liberty was modeled after the Roman goddess of freedom, also known as the Roman or goddess of liberty. But goddess of freedom, a phrase equating to 74 as well. And get this, the Statue of Liberty's longitude is negative 74. Just amazing. And, Statue of Liberty symbolizes freedom, designed by a Freemason. Free equals 74. And, think about knowledge, how it liberates or frees you, tying into the Enlightenment thing, and, this occult nation, or this nation that's ran by secrecy, that most somehow still don't know about. But, yeah, and, these secret societies, such as the Freemasons, hold occult knowledge And, obviously, how else could we expose these rituals? And they keep it for themselves, instead of sharing. Like I was saying with Lucifer, like, as they're Luciferians in the high degrees of Masonry, like, wouldn't it make sense to, like, emulate your god, your idol, so to speak, and share it with the whole world instead of staying in secrecy? But I think really, since they're controlled by the Jesuits, it's like they just play their duality out, if that makes sense. They stay in the dark, they stay hidden. You know what I mean? And in turn, it goes hand in hand with keeping the masses in the dark, and that's why dark, out of the light, dark equals 74. Here's the gematria for the 74s. So yeah, don't think I missed anything there. So to continue, Masonry, the Lucifer, the Statue of Liberty, Freemasons equals 115. Lucifer, 115. Evil God, 115. Lucifer rebelled against the evil God. And Masonic, 115. Okay, keep that in mind. Scottish Rite Freemasonry, 115. Statue of Liberty, a gift from France. France, 115. Just what a joke. Jesus, they are also known as Lucifer, though many don't know that somehow still. Lucifer, Jesus, popularly known as the Son of God, when he is really and literally the S-U-N, Son of God. So, Son of God, spelled that way, is a phrase equating to 115. The phrase solar rays equals 115 degrees. The sun, how we measure how hot it is outside. Anyways, so keep in mind that liberty equals liberty equals 616 in Jewish gematria. And Lucifer, also known as a liberator, specifically, to the Masons. And the oldest papyrus fragment of the New Testament, in the book of Revelation, is Papyrus 115, and it states that the number 616 is the mark of the beast instead of what's popularly or commonly known as the mark of the beast or number of the beast, 666. And you see the mark of the beast associated with Lucifer, evil, you get it. And according to the English Standard Version of the Bible, Genesis 1:15 says, "And let them be lights in the expanse of the heavens to give life upon the earth. And it was so." Meaning, Lucifer, along with the other fallen angels, fell from heaven in order to create life on earth. So what creates all this life on earth? Light, right? Light. It all goes back to the sun. To continue with the Statue of Liberty, President Grover Cleveland was there when it was done being reassembled, when it was fully done. Again, on the date, you can look it up, on October 28th. And this day was 224 days after his birthday, connecting to the Society of Jesus. You can also say that this day was exactly 32 weeks after his birthday, connecting to America, Grover, Christ, and, embodiment of the sun. The fact that there are 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo Also on the Jesuit logo, a Templar cross. Templars equals 32. And this day came a span of 32 days after the Jesuit order's birthday. I mean, could it be more concrete? No, it couldn't. And this just shows, you see how, like, these phrases connecting, like the Society of Jesus, 224 days after his birthday, but also can be translated, otherwise said 32 weeks, 32, the sun. You just see who is responsible for the language and the calendar. To continue, the Knights Templar, how the Templar cross is in the Jesuits' logo. The Knights Templar essentially still exists through the Jesuits. They are, because the Jesuits and Templars both formed to serve as a military order for the Catholic Church. So, and that's why Catholic military order equals 131, which is the 32nd prime number. So, yep. Not to mention crucifixion, I believe 131, 32nd prime number again. You could tie that in. But, yeah, and then, how I said earlier, Statue of Liberty modeled after the Roman goddess of liberty, Libertas? A name equating to 32. Remember the torch, the flame, the light, the sun rays, or the crown corona. Ah, man. The thing about the 7th chakra, crown chakra, corona, light. Oh, yeah, well, corona around the sun. I think it's the white light around the sun. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, corona relating to the sun, just in every way, man. In every way, this is synced up with the sun. It all goes back to the sun, all of it. And that's why the United States, a Jesuit-controlled nation from the start, got its independence on a date with 32 numerology. Just add up Independence Day with the year. But go, one by one digit, not, so 7 plus 4 plus 1 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6, 32. Masons believe that they built King Solomon's temple, which was in Jerusalem. Jerusalem and Solomon both equate to 32. And like I've talked about, look at Solomon's soul in the beginning, right? That's why I bold it. That's why I bold stuff sometimes. Sol is Spanish for sun. And then Helios is sun god. Helios equals 32. Think about Scottish, right? Masonry. Scottish equals 32. And get this. The ancient statue of Helios, which I believe was in the city of Rhodes in Greece, I think. Yeah. How tall do you think that statue was? To measure meters, 32 meters tall. Laughable, man. Laughable. And we'll talk a little bit more about its height later, translating it to feet. Oh yeah, let me not go too fast. There we go, you got it. But yeah, and the Statue of Liberty is 151 feet tall. Jesus Christ, 151. Embodiment of the sun. Remember, Jesus is Lucifer. You see how that fits. Lucifer, leader of the fallen angels, is also known as Azazel. And that's a name matching Apollo, who is a sun god in all the base ciphers. I mean, not to mention, I'm pretty sure sun god equals 26 and 28. The original name of the Statue of Liberty is Liberty Enlightening the World. Of course, right? I mean, and this equals 139. Connecting to Freemasonry, 139. Solar energy, 139. Think about, Lucifer, Jesus, all these sun gods, embodiments of the sun, all goes back to the sun. And solar energy is actually a match in all four of the base ciphers with Freemasonry. So, pretty concrete there. Luciferianism equals 139. And sun worshipper, 139. You could say the Masons are sun worshippers. That'd probably be, that's accurate. I would say in the higher degrees, specifically, the, people of the 33rd degree, for sure. But more so, the Jesuits are the real deal sun worshippers, because, Jesuits control Freemasonry, and the Jesuits are just more sun-based than the Masons, for sure. And on top of all that, as Lucifer rebelled against God, the phrase rebel against God equals 139. Lucifer is also called Satanal. I just found this out recently. And Satanal equals 139. So, you see what the Statue of Liberty truly is and represents. The Masonic compass and square, just to add some further significance to, Masonry, and connecting Masonry to Lucifer / the sun, right? The Masonic compass and square add up to 137 degrees. Lucifer is called the son of the morning, and the phrase, in Albert Pike, there's a quote by him saying, Lucifer, the son of the morning, and Lucifer, the son of the morning, equals 137. Along with Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Also, Apollo's birthday is a span of 137 days before the Jesuit order's birthday. All connecting to the sun. Apollo, sun god. You see what I mean. The Statue of Liberty was fully done, being reassembled, a span of 10 weeks and 5 days, like 105. Keep that in mind. After the Society of Jesus' birthday. Masonry, 105. Light Bearer, 105. Bible, 105. Liberation, 105. Masons consider Lucifer a liberator. Brought the knowledge. Knowledge liberates, frees. See how that all connects? In addition, the ancient statue of Helios was, to measure in feet, 105 feet tall. And the Masons have been builders throughout a good chunk of recorded history, so they probably built this statue. And the Statue of Liberty is on Liberty Island, a location equating to 201. It's a national monument. National monument equals 201. Statue, according to historians, modeled after Libertas, who is a part of Roman mythology. A Roman goddess. Roman mythology equals 201. The Jesuit order, 201. We know it's their number. And Apollo and Roman both equate to 201 in Jewish gematria. All goes back to Rome, the sun, just different names for the sun. So, and Grover Cleveland was the president that was at the Statue of Liberty when it got done being reassembled. I think it was kind of like a ceremony thing, and other people were in attendance too. They had an audience, I think, there. But, I've showed how all this is a big Masonic/Jesuitic ritual. No coincidence. It's no coincidence that the president that was there when the Statue of Liberty was done being reassembled died, and it literally died on the 191st anniversary of modern Freemasonry's establishment. Society of Jesus, 191. The Jesuits control Freemasonry. Overwhelmingly proved. Modern Freemasonry's establishment date comes 72 days before the Society of Jesus' birthday, connecting to Gematria 52, Kabbalah, which is within Kabbalah 52. And we're showing the two societies that have this knowledge. The Masons and the Jesuits both have this knowledge of Kabbalah. Otherwise, I couldn't even have decoded this. I wouldn't, So, but to go back to the Statue of Liberty, it got done being reassembled in the presence of the president at the time. And president equals 52. And, he was Grover Cleveland, the president, in attendance of this event 239 days before the anniversary of modern Freemasonry's establishment. 239, the 52nd prime number. And Lady Liberty equals 52. Along with president, like I said. Just unreal, the ritual, how thick it is. And yeah, that's all I had to go over. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.